right, tonight in the kitchen with jelly. It is one of my favorite recipes, and it's my mother's chicken salad. That is a chicken I cooked in the Instant Pot last night, and I've chopped it up, just a rough chop. I'm going to cut up this celery, and I've got more if that turns out to not be enough, because I don't measure it out. I do at this particular recipe, or a lot of them, I guess. I just add what it needs, and you have to almost with chicken salad. The only secret to this is my mother's secret, and it is Durkee's famous sauce, and it is fantastic. It gives it a bite. It turns it into a different flavor. Now you can add a lot of different things to chicken salad, like you know, but this is how I like it, with what you see right there. Maybe salt and pepper, and then I've got some Chicago Italian bread right here. It's actually from Publix. It is a fantastic bread for this kind of sandwich. Anyhow, I'm going to cut this celery up, and I'm going to cut that. I'm done cutting that up, and I'm going to get it in this bowl and let you see what it looks like. And I'm just going to throw some mayonnaise. And what I do is I'm going to pretty much do it with mayonnaise. The only thing you need to know about chicken salad is that it needs to have enough mayonnaise to where it's spreadable. If you don't get enough, it doesn't spread well. So you got to get a good bit of mayonnaise. But once you get the mayonnaise in it and get it close to where you want it, then you start adding this. And I'm going to say 3, maybe 4, tablespoons. It just kind of, you got to taste it. And it's something you got to, it's a taste thing. You can't just say you need X amount of so-and-so. It's look, feel, and taste. So, anyhow, just showing you this right here. This is, my mother made the best chicken salad I've ever ate to this day. And I don't put in, she didn't either. She didn't put pickles. She didn't put grapes, a lot of people do now. This right here is what it had in it. And I can't wait to get this started. And I'm going to mix this up and show you what little bit else you need to know. But you pretty much heard it all. I'm just going to show a little bit more in a little bit when I get it going. But anyhow, I'll be right back. You can see the celery. I do a fine chop, fairly fine on it, and this is all you do. I mean, I don't have to show anybody. You just keep chopping it till it gets somewhat fine. You don't want a big, I don't want a big chunk of celery in it. I think it works better as fine. So you can see about the size of that on there. The chicken, on the other hand, is a rough cut. I leave it fairly rough. So I'm going to add that all right there in the bowl, and then we'll start adding mayonnaise till I feel like it's right. So that's what we're going to do. I'll get it to the bowl, and we'll go from there. I believe I said in the beginning, that is a whole chicken. That's the breast, thighs, legs, and all. I didn't do anything but, like I said, cooking in the Instant Pot and deboned it, and that's what it was. I believe that's going to be right close to the amount of celery, but what I'm going to do is mix it up and taste it. So I feel positive it will. Now, this is where I start look and feel. There's 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. There's 2. I don't know, 3. And all coming out of there, so you get the idea. What we're going to do is now I'm going to mix that right there up. And once I get that mixed up, I'll see how it looks, and I'll show you how it looks. Well, I can kind of do it on the screen. I'm just trying to save a little bit of, length on the video. But, I mean, and it's obvious. You don't have to, nobody has to show you how to do this kind of stuff. Once you get everything in there, you just add the mayonnaise and mix it up. So, I'm going to do that for a minute, and I'm going to get it mixed real well. I mean, I do. I might go to a little extent here on how long I mix it, because I don't know. I just do. And I can tell already it doesn't have enough mayonnaise. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more tablespoons. And then I feel that's going to be really close, if not perfect. Then we'll start adding the Durkees. And all it does is give it a different flavor. And I think that's why I mean, as a kid, this is what I ate. This is what she cooked. And she cooked it, she fixed it a lot and kept it in the refrigerator. When I come in from school, I'd eat it. I mean, I loved it. And sometimes I toasted it. I mean, it was a big deal. And I really love it, and I still do now. And the turkeys, you know, I mean, it gives it a different flavor. So it's something you want to try. You know, you just put a little bit. And if you don't, you know, if it's too much, you know, you got to go a little bit at a time is what I'd say. I'm going to start off with 2 tablespoons. And right there, that's about, I mean, you got to think about it spreading on bread. I'm really talking to if you're, you know, haven't made a lot of these. So, you know, it's got to spread on the bread. So at least, you know, somewhat. It don't have to be, you know, it don't have to be liquid, of course, but you want it to where you can spread it. But I've got to find another tablespoon or clean this one, and we're going to add the turkeys next, but I'll be right back. Like I said, I'm going to go with 2 heaping tablespoons. I think I may have said 3, but we're going to go 2. I'm going to do, you know, make sure I don't want to get too much. And it doesn't hurt, it doesn't bother me if I get, you know, a good amount in it, because I like it. But there's no doubt you'll want to try it as you go, because it adds a tang to it. It definitely does. It puts a flavor in it. I love it, you know, but you know, you might want to adjust to how much you want to add. But anyhow, this is, like I said, I'm just kind of putting this up because I'd cooked this chicken last night, and I discussed on the video that I put up last night that I was going to do this with it. So that's what I'm doing. I just decided to just throw this up because I was doing this tonight. And this will last, you know, till, you know, last a week or so in the refrigerator, you know, within reason, you know, 4 or 5 days anyhow. So that's if it lasts that long. I'll probably eat 2 tonight. And maybe 2 in a couple of nights. I don't eat it every night, maybe. I might. Who knows? It's been a while since I've had it, so I might. But anyhow. All right, now I just want to taste it to see what 2.5 so tablespoons what it did. And quite honestly, for 9 out of 10 people, I guarantee you that right there is perfect. You really don't, I ain't gonna say you don't know it's there. You think it's other spices is what it is. You think somebody's added a lot of the other things you see people add to chicken salad. You know, that way they put onion powder, whatever, you know. They can't figure it out, maybe. It's not like it's that big a deal, but it adds all those flavors. It adds a lot of flavor to it. I mean, maybe not all the flavors that you see people put in them. I see people put onion powder and all kinds of stuff, but right there is all this one's getting. And you can see that's pretty close to a perfect texture. Now, if I get it out, I mean, tonight I'm gonna make sandwiches just like this. A couple of days, if it's tightened up, you know, it's not spreadable, I'll add mayonnaise and mix it up just a little bit. So it's a great food. It's a great thing to have around the house, especially if you cook, you know, if you got a cooked chicken or you got leftover cooked chicken. This is a great thing for leftover cooked chicken. But anyhow, I'm going to make a sandwich, and I don't do anything but put it on the bread. I don't put lettuce. I don't put tomatoes. I don't do any of that. This is how I like it. But anyhow, just shorten this up a little bit. I'm going to make a sandwich and let's see what it looks like. And it might even panini it. We'll see. Hang on just a second. Be right back. Okay, everybody. This is my go-to bread. I love it. It's a Chicago Italian bread. It's made at Publix in store. I love it. It works great in a lot of ways. I've got the panini going. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got it going. So this is the way I love to make a chicken salad sandwich. And y'all gonna watch me make a sandwich, and I'm sure you all at home know how to make a sandwich. But anyhow, I'm gonna put about normal amount on there, how much you like. I ain't got to say all that. Y'all know how to make a sandwich. But anyhow, here we go with that. Now here's the next go-to I got. This right here. It's Land O'Lakes butter with canola oil. And even though I didn't take it out of the refrigerator tonight when I should have, probably a little earlier, it still spreads fairly easy. So, right now, I mean, it's been out maybe 20 minutes. So, you see how easy it's spreading. I'm just plugging Land O'Lakes because they put canola in it to make it spreadable. They call it spreadable butter. So, it's kind of self-explanatory. I do like a lot of butter. So, I put it on there. And both sides. Of course, because I want to put it on the panini, so you got to have butter on both sides. And I'm kind of hurrying a little bit because I'm sure y'all don't need to know a lot of this I'm doing right here. You don't need to know how to smear butter. But you do see how well this smears. I mean, or how well it spreads. It's a good butter. So now we're going to drop this on the panini. I'm actually going to spray this panini also because I've got butter flavored Pam sitting here. So this is a George Foreman lean, mean grilling machine, but it works fantastic as this. It is a great panini press. And you'll see just a second what I mean. It does just what all panini presses do, obviously. And I just love doing a panini. I mean, I love to grill one. I'm going to hit burst on it, which makes it get a little hotter. I love the way a sandwich does when it's toasted, and I'm sure a lot of people do. And if you got a panini press, it's great. If you don't, these sandwiches are fantastic without it, obviously. But if you got one, you know, you just let it go a little while, and it'll start browning up. But otherwise, you just saw what it looked like, and you can eat it just like that, obviously. Salt and pepper, maybe. And that'll do it. But anyhow, in the kitchen with jelly, I'm going to call this a done deal. My mother's special chicken salad sandwich recipe, chicken salad recipe, and turkeys. It is a very good item to put on a sandwich. I mean, nobody's paying me to say this. I'm just saying that's what my mother did. That's what my mother used, and it is a great thing to use. But anyhow, it gives it a flavor that kind of takes away having to put all those spices a lot of people put on. I said onion powder a while ago. It really doesn't taste like onion or anything. It doesn't. I didn't mean that by it. It's just it takes the place of having to add a lot of, you know, different spices. I think you'll like the flavor it gives it. So as you can see, that right there is starting to come together right now. So I'm going to let it go just a little bit longer. And I might show you when I cut it in half, but anyhow, I'm going to cut the video off because there's no need in continuing this, and I can shorten this up a little bit. I promise you that is a restaurant quality sandwich, and it is absolutely fantastic. And with some put a dill pickle beside that, and you have got a fantastic lunch, supper, dinner, whatever you want to call it. But anyhow, in the kitchen with jelly. Y'all like and subscribe if you don't mind. Come back to see me. Y'all have a good day.